Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Majora's Mask. You can kind of see I'm meeting you in sort of a weird place. I was actually just over there in that section. What you want to do is just drop down and then come up the stairs. That'll put you out right here. And now we're going to have to make our way kind of back around. That was really a big mistake, going the wrong way from that Deku flower. So what we're going to have to do is pretty much make our way all the way back around. But it's really not too bad because all we have to do is really go through this room. And we can just go ahead and do this one more time. I'm not sure if I'll eventually just cut some of this out. I guess it just kind of depends on how long it takes. But alright, so then we can jump on and go through this one. And then, let's see, once we do that, we're going to have to, yeah, you can see, remember we actually just did this in the last part. We're going to climb up the ladder here and then go on up the stairs. And that will start putting us towards the top levels again. So let's go through these stairs. Then once we do that, you can see we're actually right back on the pillar, which is pretty much right where we wanted to be anyway, because remember we had just jumped off to the northwest in order to get the Stray Fairy in that alcove. So what we're going to actually do is head back over here to the south end. We're going to need the Goron mask once again. No, not the Deku, the Goron. And we're going to have to punch our way through these snowballs. Just make sure you're in the middle, otherwise your fist will actually get blocked by like the left wall, which is kind of annoying. But he has this really wide, it's like a drunken haymaker punch that he does. But alright, so now we are exactly at the top. You can see the boss door is actually right across from us, but the problem is we don't have the boss key yet. So we're still going to jump across anyway, and make our way over to this Deku flower, then use Deku Link once again. And this time we are going to float over to the left. You can see there's a door over there. This is just across the way from where we were earlier when we jumped onto the pillar the first time. Remember, we were just right over there. So this is pretty much the door that's across the way. Let's turn back into Hylian Link, go through the door, and see what we've got. And once again, it's another mini-boss. We're going to be fighting the Wizrobe one more time. So this time it is, of course, a little bit more complicated because the room is a lot larger and there are there are many more panels that he can come out of. So pretty much what I want to do is just stay over here on the top. If you use fire arrows, they do more damage to him, so you probably want to use those if you want to speed this up. Then you can pretty much see all of the panels from right here. And the other good news is that even if he gets an attack off, he can't hit you while you're up here, which is pretty cool. So really, you should be standing up here and doing it that way. Alright, so let's look out and see if we can find the real one. He's right here in the middle. Okay, yeah, thanks, Knight of the First Day, that's really helpful. Alright, he's right over here. So yeah, like I said, even if he does attack you, it just hits that and he can't hit you with it, so it's really no problem if you're up here. It does kind of tend to block your arrows, though, I've noticed, so you might have to fire over it a little bit. But anyway, hit him a few more times with fire arrows, he dies, and then opens the door. And if you do need arrows, I'm pretty sure you can get some from those pots right there, because it's really the only way you can defeat them, so they wouldn't, make you go without. Then here we can open this chest, and of course, we know what's in here. We've seen this type of chest before. Of course, it's the boss key. Awesome. Alright, so now we head back out, and we are just right back in the chamber once again, so let's make our way through here. Jump onto the pillar once again, make our way through the snowball tunnel with the Goron. Right here. There we go, that went pretty well. Then head up the stairs and we are basically done with this place. All that's left to do is to roll on across the gap here and then enter the boss door. Awesome. So let's do it. Also, make sure not to fall off there. If you... Okay, can I break these? Oh, look at that. It's like solid. Like I'm hitting it, but I can't break it. Wow, that's really weird. Okay, well, let's open the door. I know you can break those with a punch. I've done it before, but that was strange. I don't know, those things must have glitched or something. But anyway, you can see this is the boss chamber. We kind of have a calm before the storm here. You can see the boss is actually frozen in ice, so we're going to unfreeze him. This is the masked mechanical monster. goat, or got, I guess whichever way you want to pronounce it. I usually go with goat because, you know, a goat is a four-legged animal just like him, so, well, that's what I go with. But anyway, we are, of course, going to be doing this fight using Goron Link, and this one is actually really fun. It's very fast-paced, and it's actually really not even that hard. It's just kind of, it can take a little while if you're not very good. So, as you can see, what you want to do is roll around and hit them with your spikes. Very often you will find that you get stopped and you have to build it up again. Of course, they give you plenty of magic. All of these green pots will keep respawning every time, so really you just keep repeating this throughout pretty much the entire fight. If you can hit him in the air like that, as you can see, it will cause him to sort of drop down and get stunned, and then you can wail on him. I really just stick with Goron Link, even though his attacks are a little bit slower. I might have been able to get like one more sword hit in with Hylian Link, but here I'm actually keeping up with him, which isn't good. I need to let him get ahead of me a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's charge this up once again and get right back at it. Try to hit him in the air. There we go. And those little, that little electric beam can really track your movement, so you have to sort of veer to one of the sides if you can. A lot of the times you don't really have a lot of control over where you're at, so, you know, I find I got hit by that quite a bit. The good news is I'm pretty sure it only does like a quarter of a heart's worth of damage, so there you go. That's how you avoid it, just sort of move over to the side. He doesn't shoot one of those out if you hit him in the air, so... Okay, I was afraid he was going to kick up one of those rocks at me there. So, pretty much as we keep doing this... Okay, I got hit by a rock. As we keep doing this... Wow, I didn't mean to pick that up. He's going to start doing a number of different things. At the beginning, he pretty much just kicks those rocks out at you, which are easy to avoid as long as you're not right behind him. But now, as you can see, some stalactites are also falling from the ceiling, so make sure not to hit those. And later on, he's going to start shooting bombs at us as well. So, we're going to have quite a few things to avoid. It gets pretty fast-paced, so... Oh man, that thing is so hard to avoid. I almost always get hit by that. So, yeah, pretty much just keep doing this. There's really not too much variety, but you got to admit this is so much fun doing this. It's really fast-paced and energetic, so... Oh, of course I got hit by that. Phew. And then sometimes the way the track is laid out will keep you from building up your spike power, I guess, for a while. Oh, cool, I did actually hit him from the air somehow. I didn't know how that worked. Alright, so let's just keep going. He probably doesn't have too many hits left. Yeah, this is one of those examples of it taking a while to build up. There we go. Alright, so let's let him get ahead of us a little bit and just try to hit him in the air. Like that, in order to get him to fall down. Then, of course, I got hit by that. He's probably going to get back up before I can get to him. Yep, alright. So there we go. We have taken care of Goat and have beaten the Snowhead Temple. Awesome. So of course, remember to pick up the heart piece. It can be very easy to want to just go into that big blue beam of light there. You fill up on magic, I suppose. Let's step in and claim our prize. We have seized Goat's remains. You've just freed the innocent spirit that this dark mask kept in prison within the body of evil Goat. What exactly are all of you? Guardians. Guardians? So, you're protective gods. That's why you're in the temples. But why are the protective gods... No, wait, are you listening to me? Hey, wait! Awesome. So it looks like we have freed Snowhead from its everlasting winter, and of course there's still snow around, so we can still call it that, but looks kind of nice, actually. This place looks all the more cozy now, if you ask me. Got some trees, got some little bees or whatever flying around there. Awesome. Okay, so now that we've been taken out of the temple, we're actually going to sort of head back that direction for a little bit. Of course, because you remember, we did pick up all those stray fairies and went through, you know, a ton of work to do so we're definitely going to go back and pick up our reward. I didn't quite show where the little fairies fountain was, but it's pretty easy to find. So for now, let's just go ahead and soar back to the Snowhead area. Oh yeah, and also once we do so, you can see that giant Goron is kind of sitting around here. Let's talk to him as Darmani. I'm pretty sure that's the way he would want to talk to us, so... it can be kind of hard to find the place. You have to, like, Z-target him there. Darmani, what in the world have I been doing this whole time? I can't remember a thing since I went out to look around Snowhead to figure out why spring wasn't coming. What am I doing sitting in a place like this? Yep, so he's sitting on one of those little things. I don't know how he didn't just, like, fall and die whenever we put him to sleep, but oh well, whatever. Glad to know he's alright at least, and he's not an evil person after all, so... Alright, so we're going to make our way back up to the Snowhead area. We're going to have to go along this little narrow bridge once again. Then once we get up here, instead of heading to the left, we're actually going to head over to the right. So let's just make our way around, avoid the Wolfos, and there's a little cave right here. We can head inside and find that this is the Fairies Fountain. So we're going to do this as Hylian, like look kind of silly as a Goron. Let's return all the parts. Alright, so the first green-haired fairy comes out. Looks kind of weird, but... Oh, wise young one, I am the great fairy of wisdom. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. As thanks, I shall enhance your magic power. Makes sense. Green magic, right? Your magic power has been enhanced. You now have twice as much magic power. Cool. That's going to be so helpful. Come see me whenever you are overcome by weariness. Alright, you're number 2 on the new list, so we'll make sure to do that sometime. But now we've gotten our double magic meter, which is awesome, because so many things use magic in this game. It seems like in Ocarina of Time you were never really in too much danger of running out, but that can actually happen here quite a bit, so it's good to have that doubled magic meter for sure. Alright, so now we are going to soar all the way back to the mountain village. And basically, our next destination is we're going to head back to the Goron village real quick. And of course, it's easiest to get there from the mountain village. I know there's a lot of villages to keep track of, but this is definitely the way that we want to go. Oh, I guess that's the waterfall. I'm like, what is that noise? But alright, so let's turn into a Goron so we can roll around here. I'm not entirely sure which exit it is again. For some reason, I always get disoriented in this place. I don't know which side is which. Alright, so this, yeah, should be the Goron village. So now as we check this place out, this actually looks really cool. If we go over here, we can see that everything's been unfrozen, and there's now, like, this lake here instead of just being, like, frozen ice, so that's really neat. Be careful around here, because like I said before, the Goron doesn't like water. He'll drown if you try to go in it, so just be somewhat careful along the bridges there. Alright, so now we're also back in the Goron village, and we can see this place looks pretty much the same. There's still snow around everywhere, but it doesn't feel as cold. I don't know. I think they did a really good job with this atmosphere, because, like, you know, there's still snow and everything everywhere, but it might just be something about the lighting. I don't know, but it really just doesn't feel overbearingly cold like it did before, you know? Alright, and also, I didn't really point this out, but during the winter time, this little opening here would be frozen over. Now that we've saved the place, it's not. So we're going to head in. Let's go ahead and see what the sign says. This is the Goron Powder Keg Shop. New customers will be tested on proper usage. Oh man, I didn't study. Crap. Alright, so I think this seems like a pretty good place to cut off. Next time we're going to head into the Goron Powder Keg Shop and do something in there. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.